You're going to love this. Trust me.
What's up, Dragon Ball junkies? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Josh, and today I am going over some more card reveals for the new Dragon Ball Super Card Game Set 15 Saiyan Showdown. Today we're going to be talking about all the black cards, so let's get right into it. Alright guys, so we are at the Dragon Ball Super Card Game Facebook page. I will put a link to it down in the description as always, so you can check out new announcements, new card reveals, stuff like that. The black cards have been revealed for about a week now, but the schedule was for black and yellow to be revealed up until October 2nd, so I was just making sure that they didn't show anything new for black on October 2nd, which is today. They didn't, so I could have done this a while ago, about a week ago, but we're doing it late. So let's go over these black cards right now. Not a whole lot for black in this set. So first things first, we've got a new leader. A lot of people are hyped about this leader. This is Finn. 10K leader, black. This is a new character to the Dragon Ball Super Card Game. He's from Dragon Ball Heroes. He's a Majin. He's pretty cool. I talked about him in one of my recent predictions on the SCRs for the coming set. I talked about this character, so check that out if you want to learn more about him. But anyway, Finn, when this card attacks, draw one card. When a card is placed under this card, draw one card. Add cards from your life to your hand until you have 6 life left, and put this card over. So you can awaken very early. You get to draw when you awaken, and you can awaken early, and then you take life until you're down to 6. So pretty good, pretty good. Activate main. Once per turn, if all your energy is black, so you're going to want to run this guy probably mono black, or very little of any other colors. If all your energy is black, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and place it under this card. So you can't get around barrier, but this guy does a lot of board control of your opponent's battle cards and unison cards, which makes him very strong. You'll see in a second. When your life is at 4 or less, you may draw 2 cards and flip this card over. And then his awakened side, Finn, Apocalyptic Absorption. This card gets plus 5,000 power for each card placed under it, which can make him very strong. At the end of your turn, play all of the battle cards under this card in your opponent's battle area with their skills negated for the game. Then place all of the cards under this card in their owner's drop area. So I guess that's saying if there's some cards that we'll see that let you put cards underneath him that maybe aren't battle cards. Maybe you get an extra card under him. Those cards would go to the drop area. But activate main once per turn. If all your energy is black, draw one card, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and place it under this card. Choose up to one keyword skill on a card under this card, and this card gains that skill for the turn. So what people are saying is if you steal a victory strike, you can give your leader victory strike. That's pretty cool. That's kind of crazy. Could make for some interesting games. So let's see his archetype. 2 cost specified, Skill Hunter, black, Skill Hunter Majin Buu. This is his Unison. Your opponent's skillless cards can attack this card, and you're going to be making most of their Unisons and their battle cards skillless, so that's good. Auto, once per turn, if it's your turn, when a skillless battle card or Unison card is played in your opponent's battle area or Unison area, draw one card. So when you play their cards back to them, you get to draw a card on both turns. Activate main, this card gets plus 5,000 power for the turn for +1. Whatever. Makes him 20k Unison. Just for the turn, though. You have to do that on offense. -1, activate main. If your leader card is a black Finn card, choose up one of your opponent's battle cards and place it under your leader card. So between your leader and this, now you're putting 2 of their cards under your leader per turn. And then you're playing them back at the end of the turn skillless. So hopefully they got a lot of barrier cards. Your 2 costs Finn Union Absorber, 2 specified black for auto, 1 black if your opponent has a skillless battle card or unison card in play, which they will. At the end of a battle in which this card was using a combo from your hand, play this card from your drop area in rest mode. So you can combo him out for 0, then tap 1 to play him. So he's a 1 cost 15k. If your opponent has a skillless, which they're gonna. Auto, if your leader is a black Finn card, when this card is played, you may choose one of your opponent's unison cards and place it under this card. If you do, this card can't be used in a combo this turn, and at the end of the turn, so you play him, you choose one of your opponent's unison cards, put it under him, so you could steal a unison no matter how many markers it has. If you do, this card can't be used in a combo this turn, so they want to make sure that you can't get rid of him and kill the unison that way. At the end of the turn, play the Unison card under this card in your opponent's Unison area with 2 markers on it and its skills negated for the game. So basically, you steal their Unison with however many markers it has on it. So if they play out that 4-cost Boo, If they're a blue deck, they play out that 4-cost Boo. You steal that Boo. At the end of the turn, they get a skillless Unison with 2 markers on it. Crazy. This is crazy strong. Crazy dealing with Unisons in that way. That's wild. This card's going to be very good for the deck. We have our 8-cost Finn the All-Absorbing. 25k auto Spirit Boost 1. If your leader card is a black Finn card, when this card is played, choose all your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and place them under your leader card. So this guy ignores barrier, wipes your opponent's field, puts them all under your leader. At the end of the turn, they will get played back, but they'll all be skillless for the game. And why they're under your leader, if your opponent has a wide field, your leader is going to be like a huge, because he's going to get 5k for each card placed under him. Plus, you're going to be drawing off your Unison. This is pretty wild. This archetype is nuts. So I'm definitely going to try it. I've already built a deck with it, and we're going to try it out here pretty soon. Activate main for 3 black energy. If you have 4 or more energy and you place a card under your leader card in its owner's drop area, play this card from your hand. So you can steal a card with your leader. Then you can pay 3 once you have 4 energy to play this guy out. Get rid of the card underneath your leader, put it to the drop, and then steal all their other cards and put them under your leader. And they'll play at the... This is nuts. Activate main once per turn. Place 1 card under your leader card in its owner's drop area. Switch this card to active mode. And it's essentially a dual attacker. So they're not going to get back all their battle cards. You're going to be getting rid of 2 cards with this card from under your leader, sending them to the drop. So your opponent's losing 2 battle cards. The rest they're getting back. Skillless. It's crazy, actually. Somebody said, never seen this character in DBZ before. That's because he's not from DBZ. He's from Dragon Ball Heroes, the manga. All right. Then we have the 2-drop super rare for the archetype. This one has deflect. That one didn't have deflect or barrier, so it's kind of susceptible to a lot of things. Deflect, if your leader card is black, when this card is played from your hand, your opponent chooses one of their battle cards, then you choose the rest of their battle cards and send them to their owner's warp. So this wipes their field, puts their cards in their warp. They get to save 1 battle card. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, then we got Demon God Deborah Skill Hunter. Auto, limit 1. When this card attacks, draw 1 card. Okay. Activate main for 1 energy. If your opponent has a skillless battle card or Unison card in play, play this card from your hand. So that activate main you can do multiple times per turn. You could spend 3 energy because your opponent's going to have skillless cards because you're playing their cards skillless back to their field after you steal them. You could pay 3 energy and get out 3 of these 20k attackers. But when it attacks, draw card only happens for 1 copy once per turn because it's limit 1. So somewhat balanced, but still you get 20k attackers out for 1 energy. It's pretty good. And then we got 1-cost Deborah Demonic Defender. I didn't use this in the deck version that I've built. We'll have to test it, but it just seems like subpar of all the other cards in the archetype. But if your opponent has a skillless battle card or Unison card in play, this card gains barrier and blocker. So it's a 4k barrier, blocker, 1-cost. When this card is played, draw 1 card. It's a cantrip. Gives you some defense, but, it is what it is. It's pretty cool. And then we have Skill Hunter Toa for 2. Counterattack, Spirit Boost 1. Play this card. So they swing. You say counter. You Spirit Boost. You minus a marker from your Unison. You play this card. It does not negate the attack, but if it's your opponent's turn and they have a skillless battle card or Unison card in play, it reduces energy cost of this card in your hand by 1. So you pay 1, you Spirit Boost 1, you play this. If your leader card is a black Finn card, when this card is played, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with the energy cost of 4 or less and place it under your leader card. So it lets you steal an additional card. Pretty good. And then we have the 1-cost Toa, Calling the Hordes. Auto, when this card is played, look at up to 5 cards from the top of your deck. Add up to 1 black Android or Demon Realm race card with energy cost of 3 or less, or 1 black Unison card with a specified cost of 2 among them to your hand. So this is your searcher. Then shuffle your deck. It searches your Unisons and it searches the Demon Realm race cards. The way I built this deck, I built it with the Mira engine. I found a deck somebody else had already built on DBS Deck Planet, and they had the Mira engine in it. With the 5-cost Mira that becomes a 4-cost if there are 10 cards in your warp, and then you can evolve into you can union into your 7-cost Mira by putting a Toa from your warp underneath it. So you have a lot of Toas in the deck already. You have searchers for Demon Realm race cards, so it makes sense to go into the mirror package. You can do a very hand control-y deck with that. Your 7-cost mirror, creator absorbed, warps 3 cards from their hand, and then it's like an infinite double striker. You got to have some overwhelm to make sure you have cards in your warp. There's also a new mirror that lets you get into the 5-cost mirror for 3 energy instead of 4. So we did that package with it. May have to test some other builds, but I basically built it Finn with Mira and Toa. So, you know, it's kind of thematic, goes with the theme because Toa did create Finn, so, and she also created Mira, so it's thematic if you build it that way. But anyway, so it's a searcher, and it also has activate main spirit boost 1 for 1 black. If your leader card is a black Finn card, place up the 1 card under your leader card in its owner's drop area. All right, so that helps you get rid of the cards under your leader. And then Absorption of Doom, 1-cost counterattack. This is a pretty good counterattack. If your leader card is a black Finn card, negate the attack. Additionally, if your opponent has a skillless battle card or Unison card in play, they can only attack 2 more times for the turn. So it's kind of like a Floodgate Nimbus for black, but your opponent has to have a skillless, and your leader has to be Finn. So it's very limited just to Finn, but it's a very good negate. Only 2 more attacks for the turn. If your opponent has 2 or more battle cards in play, you can activate this card's counter skill from your hand without paying its energy cost by choosing 1 other black card in your hand and discarding it. So it's also a free negate. It negates, gives them only 2 more attacks, and you can do it for free. You lose a card from your hand, but it's a pretty good counter. Definitely want to run it in the deck. And I believe that's all for those. And then next, for the next set, we have more Xeno Shadow Dragon support. So I was real excited about this deck in the last set, and I made videos testing it. I think the most popular video on my channel with the most views is my testing and my deck list for Xeno Syn. So a lot of people were excited about it, and I tested it early, so we got a lot of views on that video. So I've built another version with all these new ones. I don't know if it's optimized, but I'm going to test it out. We've got a lot of new black decks to be testing out. We're going to be testing out Finn. We're going to be testing out the new Xeno Syn with all these new cards. And also going to be testing out the Toa Ultimate Deck Toa, now that we can put the prismatic dual colored black cards in it, the SS4 cards from the anniversary box into Toa. So we're going to be testing out those 3 black decks over the next week, making videos of it. So look forward to those. They will be up soon. But let's go over these. So we got a boss monster for Xeno Syn. 8-drop Omega Shenron Ultimate Darkness. Unique Triple Strike. If your leader card is a Shadow Dragon card, so I'm not going to read through this part of all of them. I'll read it once. If your leader card is a Shadow Dragon card, when this card is played from your hand or discarded by a Shadow Dragon card skill, you may look at the top card of your deck. If it's a black Shadow Dragon card, you may add it to your hand. Otherwise, place it at the bottom of your deck. All the Xeno Shadow Dragon stuffs have that auto. Basically, what that's doing is a lot of your Xeno Shadow Dragon cards are going to make you pitch cards. If you pitch a Shadow Dragon, you get to look at 2 cards. You get to look at the top card of your deck, and if it's a Shadow Dragon card, you can put it in your hand. Otherwise, you put it at the bottom. Since almost every card in the deck is a Shadow Dragon, and you're constantly pitching stuff, you're going to constantly be drawing. You draw a lot of cards with this deck. You can actually deck out from drawing too much. It happened to me in a video. So you got to make sure you have the Toa Unison so that you don't deck out, so that you can put cards back into your deck. But I won't read that auto on all of them, but it is on all of them. Activate main for 2. If your leader card is a Shadow Dragon card, you have 3 or more energy, and you send 7 black Shadow Dragon cards from your drop area to your warp. Play this card from your hand. So this lets you get a triple striker 30k out for 2 energy on turn 3. Pretty good, pretty good. All right, then we have Omega Shenron Darkness Absorbed. Unique. Auto is the same. We won't read that. Activate main for 1. If your leader card is a Shadow Dragon card and you choose 1 black Shadow Dragon card with energy cost of 5 or less in your battle area and place it in its owner's drop area, play this card from your hand. If you do, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and send it to its owner's warp. Now, placing a card from the field to the drop, I don't think counts as discarding. I think discarding is only when it comes from your hand. So when you do that, you won't get this auto. I may be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. That's not discarding. But Play this card from your hand. If you do, but you still get the auto when it gets played. So you still get to look at the top card if it's a Shadow Dragon. So essentially all these have, when they get played, draw a card. Or when they get discarded, draw a card. Kind of broken, but activate main. If you lead a card, yeah. So you get rid of a 5 cost, and you get to play this guy. Play this card from your hand. If you do, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, send it to its owner's warp. It has some board removal. Pretty good. Then we have the 3-drop. Ice, negative energy, explosion. There's a lot of 3-drops because the Haze 1-drop lets you play out 3 drops for 1 energy. So I think the Haze 1-drop is still very important for the deck. Let you get into all these 3-drops. So Ice, negative energy, explosion, barrier, blocker. If your leader card is a Shadow Dragon card, so that same auto, and then the other auto. At the end of your turn, switch this card to active mode. So you can swing with a 15k, untap it, and then you have a barrier blocker. Not bad. There's a lot of blockers in the deck already, though. Another 3-drop ice, but it pretty much makes it so you can either go defensive route and be very defensive and try to mill out your opponent over time, or they give you the option to go an aggressive route and you can use all the aggressive Shadow Dragons and just try to kill them through life. So 3-drop Ice Shenron, Power of Darkness, auto burst 1 if you lead a card. And see, also burst 1. I don't think burst counts as discarding either. So if you burst something and it's a Shadow Dragon, I don't think you get this auto to draw a card. Because bursting, I don't think counts as discarding. Let me know in the comments if you know if I'm right or wrong. Does bursting and also sending something from your battlefield to your drop area, do those count to fulfill this effect? Played from your hand or discarded by a Shadow Dragon's card skill. See, it doesn't say discarded from your hand, but I think discarded automatically means from your hand. If you understand what I'm asking, let me know in the comments. But first one, in your opponent's turn, when this card is using a combo from your hand, choose up to 1 Shadow Dragon card in your battle area and switch it to active mode. Oh, nice. So this is like the yellow. The one they have for yellow that you combo with it and you get to untap something. There was a Zarbon from like set 2 that did this, and then they made Oceanus, I believe. It might be, I'm not sure which dragon it is, but then they made one for the yellow Shadow Dragon set that did the same thing as the Zarbon, but just for Shadow Dragons. And this guy is the same thing. You combo with him, you can switch one of your blockers to active mode and block again. Pretty much that's what you want to do with that. It's pretty good. Then we have 3 cost Nova Shenron, Power of Darkness. This is a critical, so this is like I was saying, if you want to go for a more aggressive route, you can use these criticals. It's 20k critical. Activate main, limit 1, burst 1. Send this card from your hand to your warp. So that doesn't count as discarding either. Look at up to 5 cards from the top of your deck. Add up to 1 black Shadow Dragon battle card with energy cost 5 or less among them to your hand. Then shuffle your deck. So this is like a searcher, but it's also a 20k critical body. And then we have another 3-drop Nova Shenron, negative energy explosion, also critical 16k. If your leader card is a black Shadow Dragon card, when this card is played, play up to 1 Toa Resonance of Shadow from your drop area with a marker on it. So this is your Unison. This lets you recycle your Unison. They're going to want to kill your Unison. You need your Unison to make sure you don't deck out. Make sure you can recycle your extra cards. So this lets you get your Unison from the drop. There's another card that lets you search out the Unison from the deck. This one lets you pull it out of the drop. So if they kill it, you can get it back. That's pretty good. Might be necessary. 3-drop Rage Shenron, Power of Darkness, blocker. Counter attack, negate the attack, and play this card in rest mode. If there are 7 or more Shadow Dragon cards in your drop area, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2. So it could be a 1 cost, negate, play it in rest mode. It's a 14k blocker body. And that is all. That auto is the same as all the other ones auto. Yep. So it's just a 14k body. It's a blocker, and it negates for 1. It's okay. 3 cost Rage Shenron, negative energy explosion. This is also a blocker, same auto as all the other ones, and then auto burst 1 if your leader card is a Shadow Dragon card and it's your opponent's turn. When this card is using a combo from your hand, switch up to one of your leader cards to active mode. So this does like the Ice Shenron, except specifically your leader. It untaps your leader. Your leader is a blocker in this deck, and when it blocks, I think something happens with your Unison. I can't remember exactly right now, but if they don't want to awaken you, This is like a way that you can self-awaken. You could block with your leader, take the damage, and then you could untap it with this, block with your leader again, take another damage so that you could awaken very early. And then this card I'm pretty excited about. This is a 1-cost ultimate minus energy power ball. Counterattack. If your leader card is mono black, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 15,000 power or less, ignoring barrier, and send it to its owner's warp. So you kill a 15k, you warp a 15k, ignoring barrier. It's a Shadow Dragon, so it's good for the deck. If you have a black Unison card in play, you can activate this card's counter skill from your hand without paying its energy cost. We've been asking for this for a while because I think it was like Rise of the Unison Warrior or Vermilion Bloodlines, but one of those two sets, we got all the free counterplays for all the other colors. We got God Sealing for blue, Charismatic Villain for green, the Yamcha card for red, and the Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta for yellow, but we didn't get one for black. Well, now we finally got our free counterplay for black if you have a black Unison card in play. And it warps a 15k ignoring barrier. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Activate, and also it has activate main/battle, which you can use with your leader. Your leader lets you use the activate main/battle on extra Shadow Dragon cards in your hand for free. You could do that, activate main/battle, limit 1, choose up to one of your black leader cards or battle cards, and it gets plus 15,000 power until the end of a battle or the end of the turn, whichever comes first. Bonuses it by 15k. That's pretty good. Till the end of battle or the end of the turn, whichever comes first. Yeah, so yeah, that's really good card. It's going to be necessary for the deck. Then we have Ultimate Ice Ray. This card's pretty cool too. Permanent, this card gains Shadow Dragon. All the extra cards for this archetype are also considered Shadow Dragon cards. So when you get them in your drop, they help you awaken. You can awaken when you have 7 Shadow Dragon cards, or your big boy, since he needs 7 Shadow Dragons in the cards, these extra cards don't waste that space. They count as Shadow Dragons. So that's really good. This permanent gain Shadow Dragons in all areas is very important for this archetype. Activate main/battle, limit 1. Your opponent places the top card of their deck in their drop area. Additionally, you may choose 2 black cards in your hand and discard them. If you do, your opponent can only attack with battle cards one more time for the turn. So this, I mean, it's like they got so many floodgates and blockers in this deck. It's going to be hard to do it damage between the Oceanus counterattack and this. But I think those two, running both of them is kind of counterintuitive. If you're trying to mill your opponent and you negate with Oceanus, you want them to keep swinging because you want them to mill. They have to mill 4 cards every time they swing when you counter with Oceanus. So you want them to take the risk and try to swing through it and mill out a lot of cards. But if you did that and then you did this, it would just shut down combat and you wouldn't be able to mill them more on defense. So, you know, it's interesting. I don't know if you'd want to run them both in the same deck. Maybe they're for different strategies. If you're trying to go the aggro deck, maybe you go with the ice, and that way you can survive on defense and just keep hitting them on offense. But if you're going with the mill route, I think you'd want the Oceanus instead, so that if they want to keep swinging, they can, but they're going to be milling 4 cards every time they attack. So then we got Ultimate Flame Shot, another extra card. This card gains Shadow Dragon in all areas. Activate main/battle, limit 1. If your leader card is a black Shadow Dragon card and you place 1 card from your life in your drop area, so this is a Self-Awakener, but you don't get the life in your hand, which kind of sucks. Place the top card of your opponent's deck in their drop area, so it mills 1. They're also going to be milling because of your leader, playing it for free, and your leader card doesn't take damage from your opponent's attacks until the end of battle or the end of a turn, whichever comes first. So this is good if they have like a big triple striker, quadruple striker, something big and scary like that. You can, or like till the end of a battle. Yeah, so if you did this, activate battle, and they're attacking with like a quad striker, and you do this, you take 1 life. They would mill 2, and you would not take damage from that quad strike. So you'd take 1 damage from this, like 1 crit from this instead of 4 from a quad strike, like the quad strike Gogeta, Prismatic Gogeta. I mean, I'd rather take the 1 crit than the quad strike, you know? Okay, then we got Ultimate Electric Slime. Shadow Dragon, activate main, / battle, limit 1, choose one of your black battle cards, and it gets 9,000 power and revenge for the turn. This is a very good card for the deck. Definitely necessary. This can give your blockers revenge. You can make a 15k blocker into a 24k blocker revenge. You're going to be killing battle cards with these. And you could restand it with that other ice card, restand it, and block again. You could kill 2 of their battle cards with that. That's pretty good. This card's very good for the deck. And we're back to the beginning. So that's all of the black cards. That's all we got. Next video, I will be going over the yellow cards coming very soon. Alright guys, thank you for watching the video. Let me know what you think of those new black card reveals for Saiyan Showdown. What do you like more, the Syn Xeno archetype or the Finn archetype? I'm going to be testing out both of them in upcoming videos, so don't miss those. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. If you aren't subscribed already, please subscribe. And hit the bell so you know whenever I make new videos. You guys can catch me on Twitch TV / Dragon Ball Junkie for live gameplay of Dragon Ball Super Card Game, Mario Maker, Dying Light, all kinds of games. But that's it for now, guys. Until next time, you got these videos to watch over here. We out, boys. Peace.